Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. We have two fantastic news to render. One is good news. If you are an obedient follower, if you are an obedient supporter, if you're a Labour Party, if you're a Labour Party member, this is very great news. And the other, probably going to take it with a pinch of salt simply because it's coming from Oyibo man, and he's telling Nigerians, even though he's a journalist, telling Labour Party what to do, or else they will definitely fail in the upcoming election of 2023. Okay, let's hit the ground running because from all indication, the obedient supporters may not stand for, or should I say, may not support the United Kingdom citizen over his analysis of their party. Well, let's go straight into the news. The Court of Appeal has struck out a suit by an aggrieved member, aggrieved former Deputy National Chairman of the Labour Party (LP), that's Callistus Okafor, for challenging the election of the party's leadership. The judgment of the panel, read by Justice Biobele Abraham Judge Will on Friday in Abuja, held that the subject matter before the Federal High Court Abuja was an internal affair of the political party and did not fall under the dispute that required court intervention. Justice Judge Will held that the claim of the first respondent Okafor from his own showing and as endorsed by him on his originating summons is clearly one involving the internal affairs of the sixth respondent Labour Party, a registered political party in Nigeria. The claims do not at all fall within any of the ambit of the provision of the law providing for intervention by the court. The appellant court declared the claims as non-justifiable, incompetent, and without jurisdiction, because in law neither are the internal affairs nor decisions of a political party regarding strictly the appointment or even election of their leadership the business of the court. Subsequently, the appellant court set aside the ruling of Justice Iyan Ekwo of the Federal High Court Abuja in suit number 5HC/ABJ/CS/1636/2021 on June 16, 2022, wherein he assumed jurisdiction in the matter, abridged time for filing of processes to 7 days, and ordered the executive of the party, led by Barrister Julius Abura, to file a counter affidavit in respect of the suit brought by Okafor. The appellant court further struck out the entire suit pending before the lower court for being incompetent. A member of the National Executive Committee (NEC) of Labour Party, Comrade Salisu Mohammed, had rushed to the Court of Appeal through the party's lawyers Alex Ejeseme, Senior Advocate of Nigeria SAN, CS Uzodike, EC Eze, and Marshal Abubakar, to file the appeal against the ruling of the High Court on grounds of jurisdiction. Okafor had earlier, through his counsel CJ Edemeke Esquire, sought the lower court's order nullifying Labour Party's National Convention of October 9, 2018, June 10, 2019, and March 29, 2021, where the new executive officers were elected. He had sought an order appointing him as the acting national chairman in the absence of a national chairman, he being the duly appointed deputy national chairman. Okay, but let's find out really what the Oyibo man said that have caught a lot of attention. He's telling Labour Party members and Labour Party as a whole to stay off social media. He was very specific. He said stay off Twitter before it's too late, and he has his experience to tell. He said, well, according to his profile, he said Twitter is like a quicksand for Labour Party. The more it struggles to get ahead, the deeper it gets stuck in the ground. It's about time Labour Party, especially the leadership, faced up to the uncomfortable truth. We are obsessed by what's happening on social media, and it is hurting the party. Ban it, delete it, avoid it at all costs. It's wrecking balls to the party's chances of re-election. The Labour Party leadership and its MPs should take the decision to stop using social media and try life without it. Look, I'm not a Luddite. I joined the social media in 2009, and people used to joke I was always on it. The social media has been a godsend for my career as a journalist and a writer, and launched blah 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 blah. He said a lot of things about himself. Let's go straight to what he meant about Labour Party. He said, "But I'm not trying to get elected, and frankly, social media has become a noose around the Labour Party's neck. Twitter is hindering, not helping the Labour Party get elected, and it's time to admit that. First and foremost, the Labour Party accrues no benefit from being able to spread its message through social media. Let others, that's the journalists and the activists, do that on their behalf." Jeremy Corbyn thought social media would give him an edge over the Conservatives, but this turned out to be a mirage. The party was just preaching to the converted. It should keep its time and effort on social media to a minimum. Instead, it's more that Labour Party should stay away from social media and allow their influencers to do the magic. Honestly, let's leave sentiment. Let's analyze. Congratulations first to Labour Party. Congratulations to Peter Obi for right now. He's having a field day. There's not going to be any more suit against his candidacy and all that. That's settled. Let's go to full analysis of what this Oyibo man is saying. Let's look at it without prejudice. Don't forget that he's not a Nigerian, right? So he has nothing to gain or lose over his advice he's giving to Labour Party. In all honesty, I think Peter Obi should concentrate on grassroots. They've been telling him this. Adeoju have been saying this. I'm not saying he should totally shut down on social media. That's far from it, of course. That's the same social media that this president dispensation rode on to become elected. Okay, so you need that spread. You need that campaign. But I also believe that this campaign could be a mirage. A typical example is what happened in Osun State, where there was a lot of crowd, but there was really no physical representation where Labour Party had to take third position. All right, and don't forget very quickly. This is very, very important, that the vote of a professor for Labour Party and the vote of an Agbero in the park is one and the same. There's nothing like there's nothing like educated vote or illiterate vote. All votes are counted as one. All right, so just as you need the professor's vote, who is going to question you, educate you, ask you questions, that Agbero on the street also, you need his vote. Who's going to reach out to that market seller who probably may not be on social media? Now, if you have your full soldiers, you can set them into the markets. I'm not talking about just going there as if you're going there to do some sort of rally and all that. You need to reach out to them, grassroots. I think that's about time. They have limited time, barely 6 months to go. Honestly, Peter Obi's team needs to hit the ground running. Yes, there's a lot of people coming up. Don't forget very quickly that we're having a situation where Labour Party is new in the game. They are new, very new in the game. They are not as popular as PDP, APC. If you ask a market woman, it will tell you, I know APC, I know PDP. Labour Party, they may not know. So, and they probably don't even know the logo of Labour Party. So it's a lot of work needs to be done for the full soldiers of Peter Obi, for the supporters, ground supporters of Peter Obi. They need to go to the grassroots. They need to reach out to the Agbero, spare parts dealers, market sellers. They need to reach out to the taxi drivers, those in the park, Agbero, all the village people, those in the suburbs, farmers, hunters. Let them know. They may not even be on social media to know who Peter Obi is, or how much more how he looks like. So honestly, work needs to start just about now. Let's go wrap it up. Let's put in the comment section what's the take.